Peace, peace, peace. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. I was just sitting out at the pond right now, and I was just pondering on some things at the pond. Pondering at the pond. And I actually thought about this last night before I went to bed, and I was thinking about this right here. Did it all fall apart, or is it all coming together? Did it all fall apart, or is it all coming together? I know in my personal experiences, lived experience, man, where, I seemingly had my entire life stripped away. This time last year, actually, not to the day, but to the month, I had a dog that was very, very near and dear to my heart. His name is Saint, American Bully. He's my baby. He was my everything, my world. I loved him. Those that have dogs can resonate with what I'm saying. And so he passed away unexpectedly out on a walk. He got sick on the trail. Very hard experience. One of the hardest experiences I've ever had in my life was to lose him. Very difficult, extremely difficult. During that incident, I tore my labrum in my shoulder. I tore my anterior and posterior labrum. Had to have a labrum repair with some arthroscopic work. But, it was just a lot that happened consecutively, and it was all pouring on simultaneously at once. And so I knew when it was happening, I'm like, okay, this is a lot. Like, in the process, of being injured like that, I was unable to, I have a detailing business, and I was unable to perform. Ended up having my truck repossessed. The business seemingly crashed because I was unable to perform. I'm a solo, I'm an entrepreneur. I work for self. I don't have a team. So when I went down, that was it. So you look at it on top of dealing with other health ailments and stuff, but it was a lot. Now, I don't regret some of the things that happened. Losing my dog, that was probably like the worst thing that happened, right? To lose your best friend, to lose your world like that. But the other things, as far as losing like the materialistic things, like the truck, such as, money, not having money, right? And I knew it was something very spiritual taking place. Like, I knew it was something bigger brewing. And I was like, man, I'm going through this, right? It seems like everything's crashing, okay? And I've never been a real materialistic person. That's why I say the thing that hurt me was losing my dog. That's what hurt. Everything else, I look at it like I'm detached from materialism. You can recover from that, right? You can always get another car, which I have a car. But it taught me, man, it's like when you're going through your storm and it seems like your world is crumbling, right? It's actually coming together, because don't you know that during that time, I found another journey. I started another journey. I still detail, but I'm on another journey in business, okay? I'm an investor, and, it's like I was as much as I was losing these materialistic things, I was growing spiritually. I was being refined and strengthened and purified through my trials. And, that's why the title of the video, is it all falling apart, or is it really coming together? Because it's like during some of those hard times, those rough times of your life, what you're going through, it's like that's where you're going to find out like what you're made of. You're going to find out who you really are. I had a very profound spiritual awakening where I discovered myself. When you don't have transportation, when you don't have money and resources, when you don't have these things and it seems like everything's been stripped away and it just is crushing you here, you can use that for edification. It's strengthening you, okay? And now a year later, it's like I'm reflecting at the pond, right? Pondering at the pond. And I'm just thinking like, man, my life took a whole new direction. Like my entire life was stripped away, it seemed like. You know, things that I worked hard to build my business. I worked hard to get that truck. I worked hard for these things, right? But it's just materialistic things. You don't come with them, nor will you leave with them. Okay? And so I had to accept that. I had already accepted that in my heart and just my philosophy prior to these things taking place. But it's like when you're really walking through the fire, you see it from a deeper perspective. And so I learned to just flow with it, and it strengthened me. And a year later, I'm in a better position. During those days of loneliness, of the hard days, you know, you got to think about it. You're battling grief. You're battling just the post-traumatic stress of losing a loved one, which was my dog, my best friend, man, my baby. That was very traumatic how that happened. And I'll go into that more on another day. But I just wanted to say, man, when you lose everything and it seems like everything's crashing, it's really all coming together. What really pulled me through is the Most High God. I was never alone. Even when I felt alone, even when I didn't have these materialistic things, I was growing spiritually, and I was spiritually rich. I was constantly evolving and increasing my knowledge and expanding as a spiritual being and as a man. And hard times create strong men. Hard times can break you as well. It's about how you choose to deal with it. So when things seem like a loss, when it seems like there may be no hope, have faith in the sunrise, man, that the sun will shine another day. And it's not over. It's not over. And in the modern world, we're so tied to our bank accounts, what we do for a living, materialistic things. And it's like when you don't have those things, you're still a spiritual being, right? Because remember, you're a soul having a physical experience, not the other way around. Although they want you tied to this physical plane so much, you know, I was never really attached to this physical plane prior to my spiritual awakening and going through the things that I experienced last year and well into this year. It's been a process like over a year, but it's yielded me deep transformation. I grew in solitude. I've taken a new path. Just my circumstances have changed for the better. And you know, stay encouraged, man, and fight the fight. And it's always going to be a brighter day, as long as you choose to see one and have faith that there will be one, and know that there will be one. Okay, stay positive, keep your spirit encouraged and uplifted, and don't ever give up. I just wanted to just share some thoughts. I know this is going to resonate with some folks out there, and I just really wanted to just put some thoughts on video, and that's what I've done. So, pondering at the pond, and when it seems like your world's falling apart, hey man, it's really all coming together. So stay in there, keep your head up, stay encouraged. Peace and love, y'all.